G'day, welcome to Greenfingers. The team is all back together again. You remember over the last 2 weeks, we built our first ever sustainability classroom at Carey Baptist College, and that came up an absolute treat. Now we're building another one. This is at Roleystone Community College, and we're building natural classrooms designed for the students to teach the core principles of sustainability. Everything we're doing here, you can look at home. So keep that in mind as we work our way through the next 2 weeks of Greenfingers. Darren has the plan. I think it's about time we find him. There's a lot of work to do. OK, Daz, where do you want the water tank?
Just over the corner of the demountable there, Todd.
Excellent. You got the map?
I've got the map, mate. We've got the aquaponics going along there. Big shed up in the corner there. Benno's screeding away.
Yep.
Kids have already knocked out the food prep area, slabbed it out, put some rocks down, looks fantastic. Urban orchard, heaps and heaps of trees.
Looking forward to that.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. More urban orchard.
That's not where we wanted it, over here, for goodness sakes. Good job, fellas. Bring it around. So while these guys are getting this organised, let's go and find out a bit more about Roleystone Community College. With me is Helen Cotter. Now, Helen, I understand the school has been accredited Waterwise for 10 years.
Yes.
That's quite a while. It must be a real plus for you to be a part of that Waterwise philosophy.
It is, and I think it's really important for the kids to get that message across.
And how have you actually incorporated the Waterwise education process into the curriculum?
Well, I teach from years 1 to 6 in science, and I make sure the children get the message in those classes about how to be water-wise, and then take it home and harass their parents to be water-wise as well.
Which is good news. And speaking of getting things organised, Peter's just arrived. About time you arrived. Did you get that water tank done?
I did, Todd. Thank you very much for signing that position.
Well, thanks very much, mate.
Apologies for that.
Now, with regards to the school, tell us a little bit about the bush rangers up here.
Yes, we have a junior bushranger cadet unit on site here at Roleystone Community College. It's been going for quite a few years now, and 4 teachers oversee the program on a Tuesday afternoon.
What do they do?
They work within the community and work across the community in a variety of environmental and sustainable projects, and certainly around hoping to work around this particular project that we're here today for.
Well, it's a great school. Congratulations to both of you, not only on the cadets, but also being water-wise. And it's just great to be building this sustainable classroom.
Absolutely.
And
thank you very
for the
much.
opportunity.
Jason, what happens to the water after the rain?
It comes down into the ground and gets soaked up by plants' roots, but then it goes down into groundwater, and excess rain will come into water areas like lakes, rivers, and dams.
Matilda, where do we get our drinking water from?
We get it from dams, groundwater and desalination.
Correct, Wayne. And what about you, Ben? The water cycle, what do you know about that?
Well, once the rain comes down, it either gets taken up by plant roots or goes down into the groundwater, which then will flow into water-based areas like rivers, lakes, dams, oceans, and then evaporate and start again.
Excellent answers. After the break, we're going to explore this fruit tree extravaganza, and on top of that, it's all happening in the sustainability classroom. Chook pens, veggie patches, urban orchards. Stick with us, very busy. So how good would it be to grow your own fruit trees? A couple of things to consider, first and foremost. What do you want to grow? What do you want to eat? Secondly, how big will the tree grow? Does it need full sun or part shade? What sort of dirt does it need? Water requirements, a lot of questions and a lot of answers. We've come up to Tas1 Trees on Great Northern Highway in Baskerville. We've come to see Joe because he's the expert. And what sort of taste sensations do you have for us today?
Well, we're going to start off with some sugar cane.
OK.
And that's it behind us. And I've given the kids a small piece each, and they're having a taste. And
I'd like some.
You can have a try as well.
Thanks, mate. I've never tried sugar cane before.
Oh, it's great. Nice, natural, sweet. It's fibrous.
It's fibrous? Yeah. You like the taste? Yeah, OK. It is sugary, though.
It is. It'll grow well in Perth. It's suitable to most soils. This is about 2 years old, but I have been harvesting the bigger canes, and of course the smaller ones come up and take over.
Now, Joe, you promised us a unique sweet and sour taste sensation. What's this?
This is an Australian native finger lime.
Yeah.
It's grown from northern New South Wales all the way up to Queensland. And it's like the caviar lime, I guess, because all these little balls, and when you bite one, it's just like an explosion of lime.
OK, you guys ready? Here we go.
It's sour, but it's got a really nice taste.
Oh, yeah, it's good taste.
Well, we've tried the finger limes. Now we can try the miracle fruit. So if you kids want to have a taste of that, put that in your mouth. There's a big seed in the middle, but you eat the skin and all the pulp that's around the seed, and that'll coat the inside of your mouth. And now you're done, try your finger lime again and tell me what you think.
Sweet. That's sweet.
That's the miracle fruit.
You've got lots of plants here, mate, and amazing varieties.
I've got plants here from all over Australia, all over the world, but unfortunately I've got too many of them, so I'm looking at putting them all under the hammer at an auction I'm having on the 5th of May. It'll start at 9:30 and bargains to be had.
There are many reasons to use raised garden beds. Primarily, it's a great way of combating WA's poor soil conditions. You have absolute control over the soil that goes in, the texture and the ingredients. For Roleystone Community College, we're using Bushy Tank's raised garden beds. They're made of polyethylene, so they'll never rust or corrode. And if you move house or even just change your mind about your garden bed layout, they're really light and they're easy to pull apart and put back together again. Now, the kids are putting them together really fast, so I'm going to have to get my skates on if I'm going to keep up with them with the soil. The Year 9 boys have been hard at work getting the urban orchard out of the starting blocks, and now the chippies are installing the hardwood edging, which will define the garden, as well as the espalier and climber trellis. Hamish, you and the boys have done a really neat job with the garden edging and the trellis for the urban orchard. Seriously, is this something your average weekend warrior could tackle on their own?
Yeah, absolutely, Daz. It's one of those jobs where all you need is a basic toolkit of, say, a level, hammer, power saw, a battery drill, and yeah, you'll be away into it.
Yeah, well, it's certainly added a touch of class to the garden. Looks great. Cheers, Hamish.
See you, mate.
Have you toyed with the idea of growing chickens in your backyard but don't think you have enough space? Well, you may have more room than you think. In this sustainability classroom, we're going to incorporate the existing trees into the design for the chicken run. The coop will sit in the back corner, which Hamish has well underway, and the chickens will be able to run free within the trees around the enclosure.
Well, the design we've got going on here is basically using the natural layout of the land for the runoff of the water, so everything flows downhill, and the existing fence line where we can just build straight off, put a roof on the top here with our posts that we've got in here using some bearers and joists and some tin on top, and that should be about it with the mesh. We're going to build the laying huts out of 12mm marine ply and attach them to the existing fence on a frame. The floor will be completed with mesh and attached to the frame so it keeps the predators out and the chickens safe.
All right, ladies, Madeline, what do you do at school to be water-wise?
Well, I bring my drink bottle from home because if you drink from a water fountain, you're wasting a lot of water.
Quite true. And Taylor, what is so special about your Waterwise school?
Well, we have a water tank that we collect rainwater in.
I like that. Marcy, if you were going to create a Waterwise garden, what would be in it?
Well, I have kangaroo paws and Western Australian native plants.
Good answers, ladies. After the break, we're going to build a shed and get some great dirt organised, chocolatey dirt for our garden beds.
I love my shed. It's a little bit of space that I don't have to share with anyone else. And if I leave my secateurs on the corner of the bench, I'll know exactly where they are next time I need them. And I can listen to any radio station I like. But this shed's a little different, and it's going to play an important role in our sustainability classroom. This is a 6x4 metre workshop built by Spick and Span, a West Australian company that have been manufacturing garden sheds for over 30 years. They're made from heavy-duty framing and are engineered certified for all conditions. They're fully guaranteed for 15 years and come with a gable roof. We're going to be using the shed to set up our own seed bank. We're going to collect the seed from these open pollinated varieties. Over time, they'll adapt to the local conditions and they'll improve in performance and hardiness. we'll be growing rainbow chard. This is a variety that's been grown in the Mediterranean region for centuries. And at the end of the summer, it goes to seed. That's when we'll collect it, ready to sow again next season. We'll also be growing snow peas. We'll wait till the pods are fully formed and the seeds are set, and once again store them for the following season. And we'll be doing our old favourite, the chilli. The fruit's full of seed, easy to dry out and store, ready to plant next spring.
As part of our sustainability classroom, the boys have been busy building this pergola for our urban orchard. What do you think of what's been done so far?
This is going to look wicked, Renee, and it's such a great way for growing climbing fruit and also for making the most of limited space.
So climbing fruit, is that something that can be easily achieved at home?
Absolutely, and can you imagine how much fun the kids are going to have coming out and picking their own fresh passion fruit?
We're moving along nicely with the veggie beds. Jason and Ben are just putting the last couple into place now, and we're filling them up with this super rich Waterwise compost. To finish it off and to make sure the soil has all the silts and minerals it needs to grow super vigorous, super healthy veggies, we'll be applying Soil Solver at about 10 kilos per square metre. Soil Solver will fix your water repellency issues forever. No need to reapply. Its unique blend of clays, silts and minerals means your soil will stay moist and fertile for longer.
Now's the ideal time to install your rainwater tank, ready to make the most of that glorious winter rain. We've connected ours to the local classroom gutter. A 2,000 litre rainwater tank will save you around 26,000 litres a year. That's the equivalent of a family-sized swimming pool. This is a locally manufactured tank by Bushy Tanks. It's 4,000 litres, which means we're going to be saving the equivalent of 2 family-sized pools. Can you imagine what an asset that's going to be to our sustainability classroom?
While most of the lessons here will be physical, interactive and hands-on, there'll still be plenty of sit-down and listen theory. So, to keep it interesting, we're building a sitting area right in the middle of the sustainability classroom. Our friends from Masters Home Improvement are building a practical outdoor setting that can be easily achieved by anyone, even you at home. Dave, you and the boys from Masters are doing a great job of putting together the furniture for the kids. You want to run me through exactly what you're doing?
Yep, we're making a U-shaped setup for them with seats and tables so they can come down, sit down, do some extra learning, just enjoy what they've made at the end of the day, sit back, relax and look what they've created.
Excellent, that'll be really good for them. Now, I know it's going to be strong and sturdy, comfortable, but what's the most cost-effective material?
Oh, for any outdoor structure, it needs to be treated pine, and if it's going in the ground, make sure it's H4. If they come into the store, we have other options that we can discuss with them.
OK, and if someone wants to go down to the store and get some information and advice about doing the job right first time,
yep,
you can help them out with that?
Absolutely. We've got builders working for us and guys that can definitely help them out, make sure they get it right.
Now, I've got kids at home, and I know what they're like. If I'm doing a project like this, they'll want to have a shot as well. What can we do to get the kids involved?
Yeah, once a month we have a kids workshop, usually the first weekend of the month. They come down, hit some nails, screw some screws, make a project, take it home, get involved in the trade.
That's excellent. They'll love that. And that's at both stores, Forestdale and Beldivis?
Yes, it is, yeah.
That's great. I'm going to have to get down and have a look for myself.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Would you like some tips on the best veggies to grow in your garden? Herbs and spices, or maybe fruit trees? Are you interested in heritage chicken varieties, or aquaponics, or rainwater collection? Well, we have project sheets, and they are packed full of Waterwise tips for you, and they're very, very simple, which is good for me to read as well. Keep that in mind and head to watercorporation.com.au. There it is right there, watercorporation.com.au. Find the project sheets, and good luck. OK, guys, why should we keep our stormwater drains and waterways clean?
Because it can kill animals in the waterways.
True.
We can create an algal bloom.
Well done. Anything else?
It can pollute the water.
Yeah, good. Actually, speaking of water, Rolly Pools isn't too far away from here. What sort of macroinvertebrates are in Rolly Pools?
Leeches and algae.
Good.
Tadpoles.
Tadpoles. Anything else?
Water snails.
Water snails. Changing tack a little bit. After the break, Theo will cook up a great feed.
When we hear the term aquaponics, some of us think hydroponics, some of us think fish. The fact is it's a perfect combination of both. Maurice, this really is a very simple system to install at home, isn't it?
Oh, very simple, Steve. It's Couldn't be easier if you tried, really. It's some aluminium frame, some plastic fittings, running into a 1,000-litre tank. We use the silicon tube, which is lovely and flexible, as you can see, and run it from the pump at one end all the way up through to the irrigation harness at this end.
We take the tray, install it into place.
And then we take some expanded clay, pour it straight in. So, Steve, it's called expanded clay, and it's made in Germany. It's a porous product, and as you can see, it's hollow, and it gives it nutrients back to the plants as and when it needs to.
So, Maurice, what's a system like this going to cost?
Well, Steve, including the frame, the tray, the expanded clay, the tank, the pump, and all the feed and drain harness, you're looking at $1,100. But we've got a basic system starting from $695 also.
So they really are very good value, especially when you consider they're supplying a family with fish and vegetables.
Absolutely, yes.
It's early days yet. We've got the crew out the back working. I'm over here with my junior chefs and my Ferguson barbecue. Today we're cooking one of my favourite for the crew, fish kebabs using barramundi, a fish the kids will be growing here at some stage. Mia, what are you going to do? You're going to be turning them over. Emma, you're cutting over there. And boys, you're right there. Be careful, they're pointy. You can see with the barbecue here that we're working, it's got a nice cooling edge, so they can actually work on it at the same time while we're cooking. We've got good quality ingredients here. We've got $1 million barbecue. I mean, look at it.